I'm Mike Beaumier. I'm a member of the Sarasota County Boys and Girls Club Board and the chair of the building committee here in Sarasota. And my boys club is in Waterbury, Connecticut. The best I can recall, it was somewhere around 4th or 5th grade. When I started elementary school, my next oldest sibling or youngest sibling was my brother, who was in 8th grade. There's a 7-year spread between us. There are 7 children in my family, and once they all went into high school, all of a sudden there was nobody there for me to hang out with after school, and the Boys and Girls Club became, or the Boys Club became, my place of refuge. The bus, they literally had it set up that the bus would come into our neighborhood, pick us up at a certain spot in our neighborhood, take us to the club, and then drop us back off in our neighborhood that evening at 6:30 or 7 o'clock. Yeah, it was kind of interesting when I think back. Mr. Manning was the club director, or the unit director, I guess you would call it back then, but we only had one club. He had a really strong impact, and it was interesting. In thinking back, he left while I was still there, and a new guy came in, and he actually went off to run a club in Maine somewhere, I think, at the time. And I remember the big impact that had on me, the close relationship that he created with the kids in the club and stuff, and that's my best memory is Mr. Manning. Well, I think that the club taught me teamwork, taught me that there were certain ways to do things, taught me to, public speaking and dealing with large groups of people and basically getting along. I mean, it's a big part of what we teach people today in the clubs is how to get along with others, and even though you don't agree with them necessarily, kind of stuff. But I think that's the biggest thing from that point of view I took away is being able to work together with a group of people. I actually graduated from Central Connecticut State University in New Britain, Connecticut. Today I'm a senior project executive with Gilbane.
Gilbane chooses to invest in the Boys and Girls Club of Sarasota County. And the reason for that is because it is such an established organization that gets results. You hear the stories over and over again about how they take children that otherwise might have been lost on the streets or in their home family environment, and they get a purpose and they go on to become productive members of our society as they grow up and become adults. And we really support an organization that promotes that type of personal growth to individuals.
The acquired lessons related to being able to work in a group and deal with people in social atmospheres and public speaking, the ability to get in front of people and have a conversation and do a presentation, I think a lot of that comes from the roots of my Boys and Girls Club experience. Well, it's funny because I came to Sarasota County in 2006 and started to, at the time, looking around and trying to figure out how I got involved in the community. Having worked down in Naples, I really didn't have a big presence here in this marketplace and needed to start getting involved in the community and knowing people. And the first thought that came to my mind was, hey, I need to go find out what's going on with the Boys and Girls Club here in Sarasota County. And I actually reached out to Mac Reed, who was the CEO at the time, and just told him who I was and told him that I had been a Boys Club member and was interested in talking about becoming a board member. And at the time, Christine Davis was the president of the board, and Mac, myself, and Christine went out to lunch, and it's all history since then. I've been on the board 11 years at this point now.